It's strange how the past never truly disappears. No matter how far you go, some memories cling to you like shadows you can't outrun. It's been 2 years since that day, 2 years since everything changed. I still wonder if life was trying to teach me something or simply punish me. It was meant to be simple, just a quiet trip to the beach with my son, Leonard. My husband, Phoenix, couldn't come. Work, as always, took priority. I told myself, work, as always, took priority. I told myself 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 wonder. I told myself Keploy as orange retho. I told myself and work as alward. The day was bright, the sea glittered, and Leonard laughed as he ran toward the waves, his joy echoing across the shore. For the first time in a long while I felt peace. No calls, no deadlines, no cold silence between me and my husband, just the sound of the ocean and my son's laughter. But peace is fragile. Sometimes it takes only a moment for everything to fall apart. That day something shifted, not something anyone could see, but something deep inside, and think deep inside, but something deep inside, being deep inside. A cold realization struck. I had become invisible in my own life. Phoenix and I had been married for 15 years. From the outside, we seemed perfect, a home, a child, stability. But within those walls, I was fading. He didn't stop seeing me out of cruelty, but out of habit. I became part of the background, necessary, silent, unseen. I buried my loneliness. I smiled when needed. I told myself that this was what marriage meant, code. I told myself that this was what marriage meant, code. I told myself that this was what marriage meant, cow. I told myself that this was what marriage meant, cow. I told myself this was what marriage meant, cow. But that day on the beach, watching Leonard play under the sun, something inside me cracked. I envied him, his light, his freedom, and realized how far I'd drifted from who I used to be. When we came home that evening, Phoenix was still at work. The house felt empty, as if warmth had long left its walls. I stood by the window for hours, listening to the ticking clock and feeling the weight of everything unspoken. That's when I made my first mistake. I let bitterness grow. I stopped reaching out. I stopped forgiving. Slowly, I built a wall so high that even love couldn't climb over it. The months that followed were heavy. Phoenix and I barely spoke. We lived side by side, but our hearts were distant. Leonard grew quieter too, reflecting the silence I carried. I told myself it was just his age, but deep down I knew my sadness had found its way into him. Then one evening, as I sat alone in the kid, into him. Then one evening, as I sat alone in the kid, but this time he looked at me, really looked. There was exhaustion in his eyes, but also regret. He said softly, "I'm sorry, Freya. I didn't realize how far we drifted." That night, we talked for hours, not about work or bills, but about us. Our fears, our failures, our forgotten dreams. It didn't fix everything, but it was a beginning. This story isn't about betrayal or drama. It's about loneliness, how silence can destroy love. 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 If you've ever felt unseen, if you've ever watched love fade quietly without knowing how to stop it, then you understand. Sometimes the deepest secrets we carry aren't about what we've done, but what we've lost inside ourselves. It took me years to learn that healing doesn't come from erasing the past, it comes from facing it. So if you're hearing this, remember one thing: don't wait for the world to see you. See yourself first. Thank you for listening. If my story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe. Not for me, but for every silent soul still learning how to be seen again.